Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you get ready with me as I get ready to go to a wedding. So before starting, I just want to tell you that for my hair, I have naturally extremely curly hair. This is my natural unbrushed, freshly washed curl, and I find that I don't like to heat style my hair a lot, especially for weddings that are not in my own family. So for that reason, I'm going to be leaving my hair just as it is. I've just air dried them with a little bit of leave-in curling conditioner that I put in before it dried off. And the one that I used was this one from BBLUNT. It's called the BBLUNT High Definition Curl Defining Leave-In Cream. Now, having said that, you guys, it's right up to you if you want to style your hair heavily or if you want to leave them, you know, just like this, if you want to curl them, if you want to straighten them. For me personally, I like leaving them like this. You know, heat styling is really bad for your hair and I like to minimize it. You might have noticed that I don't heat style my hair for my videos, unlike a lot of YouTubers. So anyway, the next thing that I want to talk about is a general tip for getting ready for any special occasion. Now, as you can see, I'm not in the clothes that I will be wearing for the wedding. Naturally, I'm not going to go in a blue t-shirt and a yellow sweater. These are the clothes that I have specifically put on for the purposes of getting ready. The dress that I'm going to be wearing is this one. It's a green kurta and it goes with a yellow goldenish salwar. And this is the one that I'm going to be wearing. And I've planned my look according to this. But a very great tip for you while getting ready is that do your makeup first, and then I suggest, this is my personal opinion, if something else works for you, great, but I find that if I do my makeup first and then I get dressed, then the chances of getting makeup all around my neckline and, you know, down my shirt, sometimes there are spillages. Everybody makes mistakes, even I do. So I find that getting dressed afterwards is, you know, easier, it's better, and you know, doing your makeup and everything first, I find it better. So this is one thing. Now, moving on to the actual makeup, I do want to give out a few tips that I have come up with generally for getting ready. And if you're, you know, unable to decide what kind of makeup you want to go for, first of all, I suggest that you go with neutrals. Now, neutrals are of two types. One are gold toned and slightly silver or white or pinkish toned. How to decide is see what jewelry you're going to be wearing. If the jewelry that you're going to be wearing is going to be golden based, like the metal in the jewelry is going to be golden, then I suggest you go for golden tones in your eyeshadows. And if the jewelry that you're going to be wearing is silver or platinum or just, you know, silver colored, then go for cooler silvery kind of eyes. At any event, you don't want your makeup to be too much. Your dress is already going to be statement, your jewelry is already going to be statement, so you don't want your makeup to be much. And yeah, that's all I have pre-makeup to give you. I'm just going to be tying my hair back quickly so that they don't hinder my makeup. Also, another disclaimer right here, this video is going to be very long because I'm going to be talking through everything. And yeah, so just get ready with me. Let's get on with the video. So starting out, I'm using MAC's paint pot in Painterly. I am just going to be applying it all over my eyelids. Is because it primes my eyes and it, you know, gives my eyelid a tacky-ish sort of base so that the powder eyeshadow can stick better on it. And that's why I do it. You can use any primer, or, you know, sometimes even concealer works. If you don't have a primer, then go for a concealer. That also works brilliantly as a primer. So now, after priming and prepping my eyes with the MAC paint pot, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline the Nudes palette, and I'm going to be going into this goldeny shade. Today I'm using a sponge tip applicator instead of a flat shader brush to just pack the product on, because even a sponge tip applicator, the one that comes in the packaging, works great for this purpose. And I'm going to be applying it all over my moving lid area. After that, I am going to go in with this shade over here, the first one in the second row of the same palette. I'm going to be using the other side of the same sponge tip applicator to do that. I forgot to do this first, but take a little bit of scotch tape and apply it from the edge of the lower lash line all the way up to where the brow ends. This is going to be acting as a guideline for our makeup. Sharper edge. So I'm just going in with this shade over here, and I'm going to be applying it to the outer half of my eyelid. And again, I'm just packing this on. Next, just blend it away with the blending brush. Blend away all the harsh lines. Now during the blending, a lot of the lighter gold eyeshadow will have sort of blended away, but we're going to go in later and pack on some more to get the intensity that we want. Next, go into the second shadow in the second row on a crease brush. And place some in the crease. I am going to go back in with my blender and blend away the harsh edges. And this, just take your time with the blending. You shouldn't be in any hurry. Since this video is taking so long, you can understand how long it took me to get, how long it's actually taking me to get dressed. This by no means is quick sort of makeup look. It takes a lot of blending and a lot of, it's easy enough, but it's not quick. It does take some work. So just keep blending. If you want a quicker how to get ready in 15 minutes, for with a get ready with me in 15 minutes to go to a wedding, how to get ready in a hurry, then let me know and I'll do one for you. Next, as you can probably tell, a lot of my lid shade, the golden one, has gone away. So I'm going back in with my sponge tip applicator and sort of placing some back where I lost it. So just in the center of my moving lid, right here. And then blend again. Next, using a small pencil brush, I'm going to be going in to this shade over here, and this is going to be my inner corner and my brow bone highlight. Today for my wing liner, I will be using my Elle kajal, and I'm going to be using this with my Real Techniques fine liner brush. So I've just gone into the product with my brush like this. Using this tape as a guideliner, you can be as messy as you want with your wing, because when you take it off, all the mess will come off with it. I'm going to start with my wing, and I'm going to make a small wing first. So in order to set it, I like to go in with my black eyeshadow on a small angled brush. And you know, it's just like setting your foundation. A cream product topped with a powder lasts longer. So I'm just going to be taking this, and while my cello tape is still on, I'm just going to press the powder into the cream. I'm not going to be dragging it, just pressing it, going back in. On top of my eyeliner. And done. So my eyeliner is all done, and the ultimate test is just to take this off and perfectly winged liner. I'm blending away the harsh edges of my eyeshadow. For my lower eyelid, I'm going to go in with the same sponge tip applicator and this shade that we used on the outer half of my eyelid, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line. This is not going to go into my waterline, just my lash line. After that, I am going to go in with my plum eyeliner. I'm going to tight line with it. And I'm going to line my waterline with it, but only halfway through, not the whole way. Then I'm going in with my Physicians Formula Organic Wear Jumbo Lash Mascara and applying one coat first. I'm almost out of this one. There's hardly any product left. I think I need to bust into one of my newer mascaras. But I feel like I want to finish off all of my mascaras before I open another one, because I am a little bored of these and I want a new one, but I don't like wastage. So for now, we can leave the eyes aside, zoom out a little bit more, and start off with the face. So for my face, I have so far done nothing except apply a little bit of moisturizer, and the moisturizer that I used was the Nivea Soft Light Moisturizer. It comes in a large tub. I don't have it around over here because it's still sitting in my washroom, but that's all I've used so far. Next up, I'm going in with my primer. Very, very important. I have been loving my using a primer this season. So I'm just going to go in, warm it up between my fingers and apply it. This is the first time that I've used this particular moisturizer. I'm very, very worried about new moisturizers because I have such oily skin. But so far I'm liking it. At least in the winters I'm liking it. Summers, I'm not too sure. My foundation today is going to be the Dream Matte Mousse by Maybelline, and I like this one especially for special occasions like weddings because there's a lot of photography going on and this does not flashback and doesn't make me look white and ghostly in the photos. So this is that, and I am going to go in because I want slightly higher coverage today. I'm going in with my Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. Just dipping it into the product. have taken to really buffing the product in again with this brush, because the last couple of times I applied foundation with this brush and did my whole patting in technique, it didn't give me as great results as it had been giving me. Maybe my skin has changed a little bit in the winter and it's not as cooperative. So I'm having to work a little bit extra on buffing the product in. But this brush really is amazing. You have to take some down your neck. Never forget it. Even if your foundation is an absolute perfect match for you and it's not a shade darker or a shade lighter or whatever, like it sometimes gets, it is still a good idea to take it down your neck and even things out down there as well. And down on your décolleté area. Moving on to concealer, I'm using my Derma Color Camouflage Creme in D3 on a flat shader brush. Using this brush for concealing purposes. At least applying my concealer is easier with this. So I'm going to be taking it one side at a time because this concealer is very thick and it is kind of like, this concealer is very thick, it sets very quickly and it is a creamed powder kind of formulation. So I am going to be taking this one part of my face at a time, then I'm going to blend. I'm going to be applying it in this triangular fashion under my eyes, like you can see here as well. And I'm going to blend it away with my expert face brush. Next, down the nose and on the forehead. Cupid's bow. Chin. Alright, the next step is to set all of this concealer, and for that I'm using my Lakme Rose Powder. I don't know if you've already seen that video, but I was talking about this in my Building My Makeup Collection video. If you haven't, then I will put up a card, link it in the description box, you know, put it everywhere. So I like using this powder because it's extremely brightening on special occasions exclusively. To set my concealer, I'm going to use it with this Claire's blush brush and I'm just going to set my concealer with it. Next step is to set the rest of the face, and for that I'm going in with a giant powder brush and my Elle high definition translucent powder. I'm going to be contouring now, and for that I'm going in with my Elle contouring blush and bronzing powder into the bronzing, of course, on my small brush, make a fishy face, and contour. After placing my contouring shade wherever I wanted to contour, except my nose, yet I'm going to be placing that later, I am going in with my Color Bar contouring brush and I'm going to be blending all of this away. Next, I'm going in with the same brush and applying whatever powder was left on the brush without dipping it in again on the sides of my nose to make it a little slimmer. And first I'm going to be blending it with the same brush. And then with this one. So now that my base is set with my foundation, concealer, and my contour, I am going to move into highlighting. And again for highlighting, I am using my one-stop shop. That is my Maybelline's the Nudes palette, and I'm going to be using this very first shade on my Elle small stipple brush. Just going to go into the product and stipple it along the high points of my cheekbones. I wonder if you can tell, but it's got a nice iridescent sort of golden and pink glow, and I'm probably being very heavy-handed with it, but since it's an evening function, I think it's okay. For my blush today, I'm going again into my e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzing palette in the shade Saint Lucia. 2 fingers here. I hope my lighting is not too bad. It's a little later during the day right now. I love this technique. When in doubt, I always end up going for my Sephora lipstick. This is the one called Sephora Rouge in the shade Seduce. And this, you guys, is the finished look. My hair, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have left them open. I have put on a half, sort of really high half pony with a little bit of a puff with my clip here. and the rest of my hair I have left open. Couple of strands pulled out. My earrings are from, I think, Sia Jewelers or jewelry.com. It came as a gift, but that's what the box said. And a little bit of a bindi, and I am ready to go. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. If you have any requests, then post in the comments below, be it reviews, tutorials, tags, anything that you have in mind. And I will see you all really soon. Till then, bye.